Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be for this week. It's a collective general. So if you come across, there's a message meant for you. I'm using here this magic is real pin here so you can actually remember that if you have forgotten it. There's magical things happening around you. And in the next 7 days, they will come into your life, okay? Let's dive into your coffee cup now. If you're new here, this is Divine Light. And if you want to enjoy this message, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead, hit subscribe. It's a free way to be here. There are two pathways already I'm seeing. Some of you might be going to a pathway and coming back from it. And there is a crowd waiting for you there. Another thing I see before I forget it, there's a man, an older gentleman with a big nose. You can see his eyes kind of looks a little big and surprised, looking at this pathway opening in front of you. This can be someone who maybe said to you that, oh, you'll never get that chance, or that door will never open to you. That's why maybe they're surprised. Or this can be someone, for some of you, who has good intentions, actually. They don't have a negative intentions. But they don't really have maybe discernment. They don't really have the understanding how good things can happen, okay? I don't think they're there to create this tension, but their surprise energy can be mirrored in some way in your life, okay? Because I see like this kind of looks like a mirrored scenery, you know? So this person might be someone who is maybe delivering the news that your pathway is opening, okay? And that pathway is going to maybe that there's going to be a conversation starting with that. You can see when you're coming back, there's a face reaching out, that coming out of the road. And this is opening up, like bringing a new page, maybe a clean slate, a clean page. I'm still trying to make sense of what this man is doing. They're gonna have effect. Okay, there's another woman right there. This can be like a grandfather and grandmother or older men and women in your life that are also become companions maybe in this journey. Okay, they might tag along. Another thing I see, I told you, there's a crowd that you're walking into. So I'm gonna go a little wider and casual perspective with that. This can be maybe going to a mall, guys. Okay, you're going to a mall. Maybe it's something farther away from you, and then you're packing up, coming back again from that road. This can indicate that. The thing about this crowd, you might have some interaction with some of them, but maybe some of them you don't even know. You're just gonna have pass through this crowd. You're not gonna get engaged with any of them. Okay, why does that matter? I feel like this is also a test for you to test your energy attraction and what you are magnetizing into your life. Okay, if you don't know about the spiritual laws of the universe, I think Bob Proctor has a good video, like 11 laws of success. I think that's kind of a video, a long one. And law of magnetism is one of them. So your energy attracts similar energies. I feel like here, when you step into that environment, if somebody is like being rude to you, this doesn't mean that you're being a rude person. It means that there is some part of you being rude to yourself, to your goals. Okay, maybe they're not accepting your goals. It doesn't have to be who you are inside of you. It can be an idea of a person you're carrying with you. Okay, maybe somebody told you when you're growing up that you cannot make that happen, you cannot have that much money, and now you still have that within you. So think of it that way. Okay, another thing here is I see someone. First I'm going to show you what I'm seeing, then there are more things that I'm seeing here. There's a woman holding two scales in her hand. You can see her head here. One of them, she's turning into a hat and wearing it. The other one is actually starting to form a tulip. Hat is your authority, but I feel Libra energy here. You don't have to be a Libra. You can tap into the energy of the Libra here, which is when you look at like how Libras are, they're balanced, they're gentle. When they're not balanced, they can actually act in a very like upside up and down way. So that's also something you need to pay attention to. Another thing here is Libra represents the divine justice. Okay, the justing bearing goddess Themis she represents. But in her case, she doesn't have her eyes closed. So there is a truth of the matter that's going to be revealed to you. Maybe towards the weekend, you're going to see some truth, recognize something, but you need to really take it upon yourself to reveal it or learn it. The hat that you're wearing is that truth is going to be actually something that you will wear as a crown on top of your head. This can be a legal success as well, since we mentioned Libra, the Justice card. It can be a legal success you're going to accomplish, that you're going to wear it as a crown on top of your head. And the tulip is your resilience, that maybe you're developing resilience in order to get there, or this result is going to give you the resilience you need in order to start planting your new seeds. Okay, so consider it always both ways. Okay, just one thing doesn't mean only one thing. It can mean multiple things at the same time. Like I see a fish head here. The fish can be, this thing is attached to money. It can bring resources, abundance into your life. And on top of that, this is not limited to fish here. On top of that, you might also get like a resources. It can be a Pisces person appearing in your life. Another energy of the Pisces is the Hanged Man. And I feel like this is in your case because the fish starts to move towards you. Maybe there was an emotional situation was hanging on balance or hanging, not really moving forward. But when you get the successful outcome through this thing, situation, issue, legal situation, that emotional commitment is going to start to move forward as well. It can mean that too for some of you. Okay, I feel like some of you may be waiting for like a result or a sign from the universe or something to complete in order to move forward with maybe something that will give you emotional satisfaction. Seems like you're going to get the green light on that too. Okay. Another thing I see here is there's an eagle. You can see the eagle here. It's kind of like sitting down and not really moving forward, but it's a symbol of freedom here. And also it's a symbol of maybe you are taking chances and just moving forward, flying towards something you desire make to happen. It can be, I'm not going to go specifically about money, career, friends. It can be like a simplest purchase that you want to make. And maybe you think it is going to bring freedom to your life, which you can think of it the simplest way. Maybe it's about like a fast coffee machine. I don't know if such a thing exists though. Like maybe there is something to clean your house better. Okay. And these things we deem so little. If you have many of them, yes, that's actually wasteful. However, if you don't have the proper things, this can actually, when you have it, add more energy into your life because it can help save more time. It can inspire you. It can boost your energy. So that's why the eagle can be something that brings more freedom into your life. That's why I said like a faster coffee machine. So you just press the button and makes the coffee. You don't have to wait for it just 10 to 15 minutes. It can be something like that. Or it can be also like maybe there's a place that you always want to go to. Maybe just you're taking the chance. That is a freedom. Like you're using your free will to get there. Okay, with the eagle's energy. What will that do is there's something clearing up here, like behind you there is a wall. Maybe that wall is preventing you to see certain things, and I see someone sailing with a canoe here, and you can see the waves, and you're hopping on the waves and you're moving forward, and I see there's a wall behind you. This is it. I see letter E can mean the first name or the last name of someone. E and T here, you can see the T and E. There's a man with a small horn being very upset. Can be someone like a small horn indicates a stubborn person you're dealing with. They're a part of the wall. They're not allowing you to see the progress. They're not really allowing you to be in the flow. It can be a person you're working with, a person that you are. I said a man, but it doesn't have to be specifically a masculine male figure. It's someone who's actively like blocking the pathway to see that there's a flow exists here for you. Flow meaning the energy that's actually helping you get to where you want to go, or that will elevate your lifestyle. And this person, there's a wall and there's a person that's just blocking. The person can be someone only like verbally maybe telling you, oh, don't do that. It's so dangerous. It's so out there, whatever it is. And I feel like here The wall is mental wall that you keep building by hearsay, because you see all these little dots here are conversation bubbles that you're having. So you're finding resources that will confirm that something is not available to you. But what happens is, I feel like maybe this is actually the sixth day of the week. You might have this like epiphany that you might realize this wall is made out of words. It's not a real wall. For some of you, it can be a real wall, but also there's so many words building, making it stronger. Okay, stronger than it is. What I see here, what you do is actually you're breaking behind. You're just getting behind this wall. As soon as you do, you're jumping on the canoe, like I said, and the waves are taking you to like this new environment. And in that new environment, I see here a man and a woman. Man is caring for like a woman's face here. It can be like a couple. Horse. There's a horse face. Horse is wish fulfillment. And this can be like getting the care that you deserve. The care can be physical care coming from a person. It can be a care coming from an authority figure. Seems like overall, it's actually going to be something that will be like, I feel like an emotional experience for some of you. I feel like a tears of joy are going to come down here when you see the result happening. But the flow time can require maybe for you to move forward towards this desire, take some action. But because it's the flow energy, you might not really feel like a burden. Okay, the action might not feel like a burden to you. Let's dive into your soul stone now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. I see the small chunk of money here. Some of you might be getting also like a gift or like something, a resource. And the money, like even though I said money here, it can be like a ticket to where you want to go, like a pick. Someone may be picking you up and just taking you there. Can be something like that. Your desires showed up in 3 flips, meaning maybe there are 3 different actions or 3 different people that you need to talk to, or 3 different things that needs to be done in order for you to get there safe and sound. Another thing I see here is that there's a smiley face, but the eyes are not visible yet. So you might feel the energy of something is coming into your life before it appears to you. That's very important. And when that fire, when that joy and that satisfaction starts to flow into your life, then you're gonna have a choice to either stay in that energy or just go back to the old ways of I'm not seeing any results. So it's about just staying in that energy, the smiley face before your eyes can see anything. This kind of starts to look like to me a fish. Fish is opportunity, money, success, and resources coming into your life. We have a tears of joy here. Tears of joy can represent some good stuff is actually going to come also reveal themselves, okay? Let's see tarot now. We have here 3 of Swords. It seems like you're going through a heartbreak, but the best part of the 3 of Swords, which I love, is these are rain clouds, okay? And Swords energy is a logic energy, meaning something may be a wrong choice or something you think is a wrong choice or logically doesn't make sense to you is actually also breaking your heart as well. However, rain clouds, meaning rain is on the background, is telling you this too shall pass, and it's going to pass quickly because sword energy is the fastest. The wind energy, basically, air, is the fastest energy in tarot. So this too shall pass quite fast, okay? We have 5 of Pentacles here. Some of you also having like a materially intense times. But 5 of Pentacles, I heard in a book recently, it represents a little pity party because there's light inside of the church here, okay? And the church door is open to everyone. What you need to do here, instead of just joining to the pity party, what you need to do specifically here is just go back inside of the church and find a door. Instead of just joining the people who are crying out there, you need to find the door in order to get what you desire. So inaction, not taking any action, can actually create more of like this kind of feeling of being left out in the cold. We have 2 of Swords. Exactly. This tells me that you need to make a decision to get out of the situation. The decision making is going to be important, and the decision is not really a big deal as you think it is, because you can see the waters on the background are calm. This means that this is actually going to, this is not really create massive waves when you first make the decision. The holding on to the swords upright like that, this is actually the heavy part that you're dealing with. And the swords are so big, they're not even fitting into the picture here. So instead of just trying to hold them in balance, making a decision to whichever one you want to carry is going to, I feel like it can also create the heartbreak because it follows here too. 2 follows the 3 because of you're going to let go one thing. But I don't feel like it's going to create the loss, okay? What's going to happen is this is going to give you clarity. The Empress energy is all about like growing a new future for yourself, like nurturing, being nurturing towards yourself and the things around you. The stars on her crown represents her wishes and desires, and the flowing water here symbolizes the movement. So as soon as you make the decision, maybe you're going to let go of one thing, and that can create a little bit heartbreak, and maybe you're feeling like you're giving up on something. However, you're going to instantly start to see how good it's going to get from then on. We have High Priestess here. This is actually all-knowing part of you. And deep down in there, you know this is going to go right. However, this can be also representative of your heightened intuition is going to tell you what to do. Not only like a book knowledge, even though she has some. And this feminine energy tells me you need to create. You need to create. You cannot be stable. Create meaning whatever you can do to create. Whatever it is, your creative gift. It can be cooking. It can be talking. Or like if you have something, you can teach it. Create something and move forward and do not stand stable, okay? And we have Queen of Swords, so many feminine energies coming forward that she has clarity. When you create, when you will know what to do, the next step is going to become clear. And you can see on the side of her chair here, we have a cup right there. And cup symbolizes emotionally fulfilling new offer is going to show up. 8 of Swords tells me this is actually your time that you recognize if anything is holding you back. You're going to recognize those things as well, and you'll get the chance to break free from that. And I told you, there's an offer coming in. You might not see the offer right away, and that's why maybe you're feeling a little trapped. But when you move forward with the logic and the clarity, your mind is clear, your state of being is clear. Instead of you feeling down, you're always trying to boost that morale, like keeping your morale high. You'll see the offer, and or maybe gift, desire, whatever you have is showing up here for you. 3 of Wands is a good finish here, guys. It means that there's a new adventure on the horizon for some of you, okay? All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos right here on the screen. And if you want to enjoy this message, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead, hit subscribe. I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.